Are you deaf or just incompetent? Those were the first words that came out of my mouth when she brought me the wrong drink on my private jet. I didn't look up. I didn't care. I was tired, pissed, and used to the world bending over backwards for me. Ginger tea. That's all I asked for. Not coffee, not some silver tray with caffeine I didn't want. Ginger tea. But she didn't flinch, didn't stammer. She just said calmly, almost playfully, "You still get cranky when you don't get your ginger tea, huh?" That's when I looked up, and my world, everything I had built to keep myself untouchable, cracked right down the middle. Because it was her. 15 years. 15 years since Sophia Walker disappeared from my life without a goodbye, without a reason, without a damn trace. And now she was standing in front of me wearing a Navy uniform, hair tied back, pretending like she hadn't shattered me once already. You think you're over someone until they say your old nickname like it never left their lips. Day, she whispered. Nobody calls me that anymore. Not the board members who fear me. Not the women who chase my bank account. Not even my own damn assistant. Only her. Only Sophia. I stood there completely wrecked in silence while she gave me that same crooked smile that used to wreck my heart in high school. Before that flight, I thought I was in control. I had money, power, a schedule that ran like clockwork, and a penthouse that overlooked a city I didn't belong to. I had built my life like a fortress, granite countertops, blackout blinds, smart lighting. Even my fridge was curated by my assistant. But none of it ever felt like home. My phone buzzed that morning. Jet's ready, full privacy, wheels up in 3. And I didn't even respond. Why bother? I wasn't escaping anything new. I was just running from the same silence I drowned in every day. And then she walked into it. With a tray and a voice I thought I'd only hear again in dreams. We barely said a word for the rest of the flight. She stayed professional, but I could feel the air change. And I knew this wasn't coincidence. This was fate pulling the rug out from under me, telling me to sit the hell down and face what I buried. By the time we landed in London, I hadn't processed a damn thing. I was still trying to figure out whether to run or hold on. And she just walked beside me like none of this hurt. But when we got to the hotel and I finally broke the silence, I said the only thing I could. I looked for you. Her reply, I didn't want to leave. She told me everything. Her father was in legal trouble, embezzlement fraud, the kind of stuff that forces families to disappear overnight. They fled to London. She wrote me a letter she never sent. By the time she found out I was some headline-making CEO, I was already someone else. Cold, untouchable, angry. I told her I thought she ghosted me, that maybe I wasn't enough, that I spent years replacing the hole she left with success. And it still wasn't enough. And you know what she said? That empire you built, it's your fortress. But are you happy inside it? That hit harder than any lawsuit ever did. A day later, we were in Paris. My apartment there was like everything else in my life, expensive, curated, soulless. Until she stepped into it. She didn't say much, just walked around like she could see me in the things I'd tried to bury. She found my sketchbook, the one I hadn't touched in years. The pages were full of lifeless sketches. Buildings, eyes without faces, perfect lines, no feeling. You used to draw with heart, she said. Now it's like you're hiding behind the pencil. And damn it, she was right. Again. We left the city for the coast, a cliffside villa I had bought for privacy and never used. There, for the first time in over a decade, I cooked. I burned garlic. She laughed. We talked until the sun rose. I picked up a sketch pad again, not to impress anyone, just to feel something real. By the 3rd day, I was barefoot on the balcony, drawing waves with lines that made no sense to anyone but me. She sat beside me and said, That boy who used to believe in love, I still see him. I didn't deserve her grace, but she gave it anyway. The week passed like a dream, until the tarmac. We were standing by the jet return flight to New York. My assistant was nearby. The engines were humming, and I knew if I got on that plane and didn't say something, I'd lose her again. She turned to walk up the steps, and I dropped to one knee. No ring, no script, just me, raw, exposed, terrified. "I don't have anything planned," I said, because I didn't plan on getting my heart handed back to me 35,000 feet in the air. But I know this. I've built too many things that never made me feel alive. You do. You're my beginning, my middle. I want you to be my end. She cried. I cried. Everyone pretended not to watch. And for the first time, I didn't care who saw me break. She didn't need a ring, just needed to know I meant it. And I did. Fast forward 1 year. I'm no longer the guy people called the Ice Prince. I still have money, still own the companies. But I also wake up to the sound of strawberries being sliced in a sunlit kitchen and a woman humming off key to 90s R. Barrelson B. We live quiet, small, real. She still wears that simple gold band we exchanged in a Paris garden with 5 friends and no headlines. I sketch again not for shows or critics, just for her, for us. And some mornings she writes in her journal. One day I asked, "Is that another letter to your future self?" She smiled and said, "No, it's to the girl I used to be, the one who thought she'd never be found." So here's the part I leave to you. Do people like me deserve a second chance? Do years of silence, anger, and ambition get washed clean by a single voice from the past? Or do we only get one shot at real love? And if we mess it up, that's it. 'Cause I thought I was too far gone. But she reminded me that even the most broken stories can still have beautiful chapters. Now it's your turn. Have you ever lost someone because life got in the way? Do you believe people can change, really change? Drop a comment below. Tell me what you would have done if someone like Sophia showed back up in your life, because I'm telling you now, I almost let her walk away. Twice. And thank God I didn't.